India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar is on a 6-day African tour, beginning with Uganda and now Mozambique. His visit highlights a growing reality. New Delhi is investing heavily in Africa, and where is this more evident than in Mozambique? Home to 31 million people on Africa's southeastern coast, Mozambique has become central to India's quest for energy security. For New Delhi, this is not just another overseas investment. It is a $10 billion bet that could redefine its energy future and geopolitical standing. The story begins with coal. In 2014, an Indian consortium, International Coal Ventures Limited (ICVL), backed by Coal India, SAIL, NMDC, and NTPC, acquired a 65% stake in Mozambique's Benga coal mine. Tata Steel owned the remaining share. At a time when India's domestic reserves were dwindling, Mozambique's vast deposits seemed like the perfect solution. But the gamble came with challenges. Railways and ports lacked capacity, communities protested displacement, and the world was already shifting away from coal. Yet India pressed on. Benga was more than coal, it was a foothold in Mozambique's energy sector, one that would later prove useful as natural gas entered the equation. In 2010, exploration companies discovered massive offshore gas reserves in Mozambique's Rovuma Basin, an estimated 100 trillion cubic feet, enough to fuel India for decades. Energy giants from France, the US, and Japan poured billions into liquefied natural gas (LNG) projects. India secured stakes through ONGC and others, positioning itself as both investor and future bear. The plan: ship Mozambique's LNG across the Indian Ocean to power India's industries and cities. But in 2021, insurgents stormed Palma in Cabo Delgado province, halting the $20 billion LNG project led by Total Energies. Mozambique's energy dream collapsed overnight, and India's ambitions appeared in jeopardy. Yet this is where its coal bet functioned as a hedge, keeping New Delhi engaged while gas prospects went into hibernation. By 2024, security improved as Rwandan and regional forces pushed militants back. Confidence returned, and in 2025, the U.S. Export-Import Bank approved nearly $5 billion to restart construction. Japanese investors followed, breathing life back into Mozambique's LNG dream. India seized the moment. With equity stakes already secured, it positioned itself as a long-term bearer of Mozambique's LNG while maintaining coal imports for immediate needs. This dual strategy gives India unusual leverage, especially as China, the US, and Europe also compete for access. Yet the stakes extend beyond energy. For China, Mozambique strengthens the Belt and Road. For the US, it is a counter to Beijing. For India, it is survival an alternative to Middle Eastern supplies vulnerable to choke points like the Strait of Hormuz. For Mozambicans, the promise remains uncertain. Energy riches could deliver prosperity, but displacement, environmental damage.